And we're live.
Hi everyone.
I love that.
What?
Well, hi everyone.
Welcome to our Facebook Live from Chiang Mai, Thailand.
It's Jed.
Michelle of intentionaltravelers.com.
Sorry.
Apparently that's funny.
That's funny to me. .com.
If you're watching the replay on Facebook, feel free to add your comments and questions. It will tag it to the time that you're watching, and we'll either answer them in the comments or in our next Facebook Live.
You're just good at this. You're professional. Like I'm just not very professional at this stuff, I think.
Anyways.
Yeah, so what are we talking about today, Michelle?
So we are in Thailand for a little over a month, in Chiang Mai for almost exactly a month. And we're going to update everyone on what we've been doing since our last check-in, which was in Hoi An, Vietnam, in October. So we'll let you know what we've been doing since then. Also, we have some questions that people have already sent in, so we'll start with that. And then we will also answer your questions as you're watching. And maybe do a little tour of our Airbnb apartment.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know where Chiang Mai is, it's in northern Thailand. This is our first time in Thailand, and now the third city that we've been in Thailand. So after Hoi An, Vietnam, we went to a larger city called Da Nang, and then flew out of that area, and then headed to Bangkok. And that was the first time we've been to Bangkok, and Bangkok's a pretty busy, bustling city. We didn't get to see too much because we were taking part of an awesome conference called 7 and 7, which is for digital nomads like us, people who are living abroad and working and traveling to different countries and so forth. Yeah, it was just a really great conference. And
yeah, we got to volunteer, so we knew 2 of the 4 planners before, and now we know all of them, obviously. But we got to volunteer and kind of help check everyone in. Jed did audiovisual for all the talks, and it was really cool to hear. So some of the talks, for example, were like how to stay healthy and like find meaning while you're living abroad and moving around. One thing was about having a home base that you can earn income from, whether it's like Airbnb or subletting, which was super interesting for us because we're thinking about that.
another was about education and family, like how to travel with your family and what they do for childcare and and education, and that was really neat to hear. She has like 2 young children, I think, one of the speakers.
And then there was just kind of self-selected meetups and discussions throughout the time, which was just great to get together with everybody and sparks so many ideas. And so now we have a new slew of people all over the world that I'm sure we'll run into. We've already run into 2 couples from that conference here in Chiang Mai. So
Yeah, and so the idea is they're going to do 7 conferences in 7 continents over 7 years. So this year it was in Bangkok and obviously in Asia, and then next year we'll be in Europe and we'll be in Barcelona. Well, that's the hope. So hopefully we'll be in Barcelona next year.
it will be.
Yeah.
In the first 2 weeks of October.
Yeah. So if you're a digital nomad, definitely check this out. It's a really great community, awesome idea, and it's nice to be among people who you're like, hey, I'm a digital nomad. Well, you don't have to say that because that's everybody there was digital nomads. So anyway, so Bangkok was really crazy. It was lots of great food, but just kind of an intense city. And then we took a flight to visit our host sister from Jamaica, who actually lives in Phuket, Thailand. Phuket is a resort island. It's crazy. It's an island. It doesn't seem like an island, but
There's just a bridge to the mainland.
And it's like just a small. I don't even know. Like from the air when we saw it, it looked like just almost like it wasn't that far from the mainland, but it's an island resort area. And our host sister and her husband and 2 kids live there, and so it was really great to connect with them and hear what's going on in their lives and our host family's lives back in Jamaica. and see what their expat life is like in Phuket. I think we love that. We love seeing what our friends and families' lives are like in another country.
Yeah.
Um,
They have a really great condo, the pool, and really close to the beach, so lots of things for the kids to do. International school there is,
Really nice.
really high end, like renowned for the people that come out of it, I guess. And then also there's like a really fancy gym attached to it that the parents can go to.
Yeah, it's like right next door. It's like imagine if they had like an amazing 24-hour fitness right next door to your school. It's kind of interesting, but
Yeah.
yeah. So that was an interesting experience. We didn't get to see too much of Phuket, so we don't really know much. We didn't really have our own transportation and stuff, but
Well, they let us drive around one afternoon, which was really nice of them.
Yeah.
So we got to kind of see the coast, and
that's true.
it's definitely touristy down south.
Yeah.
We got the sense.
So Phuket, we were there for just like 4 days, not too long, and then we ended up flying, and then we flew here to Chiang Mai, and that's where we are now, and got our nice Airbnb apartment that we'll try to give you a tour of. Got ourselves a moped within the first 2 days, and that was, it was scary at first, I won't lie. I've never driven a moped, and yeah, and this is like this whole trip, it's been my first time like riding on a motorcycle or moped, and so that was
He did great. He practiced on his own for maybe 20 minutes, and then I got on there, and we stayed in the quiet neighborhoods, and then from there on, like, basically I hold my iPhone with Google Maps and just tell him where to go.
But it's there's sometimes I was like, whoa, this is really scary, freaking me out. But after a while, it gets really easy. It's not bad. But yeah, we really like having a moped in this city and being able to get around to different places. Hi, Jamie.
Jamie says a new dawn is rising.
That's we used to live together, and that yeah, there's a story attached to that. But
did you check WhatsApp just in case?
yeah, I'll do that. So go ahead and.
Well, so our first impressions of Chiang Mai. We knew it was a digital nomad hotspot, and that is very true. Especially, we didn't realize that November really is the high season. So almost everyone arrives by November, like tourists and digital nomads alike, because the weather gets good, the rain isn't as common as often, and yeah, there's a lot of people here. So we went to like a nomad meetup on the first Friday we were here, and they had just like moved to a bigger space, and it was standing room only. It must have been at least 80 people.
Yeah, so in other words, a lot of expats, a lot of foreigners live here.
Yeah,
work
and
here.
You can really tell certain parts of town. There's tons of cafes, co-working spaces. It's very westernized. There's quite a few temples actually around. But other than that, it's actually a pretty modern city for where we are.
I would say though, like, I guess my impression of Chiang Mai, and I didn't do much research as usual. Michelle does all the research before we travel. I thought it was going to be like a lot of old buildings and sort of like, I don't know, traditional, well-kept, preserved sort of like city. And it's not. It's more modern. And
the oldest part seems
yeah.
to be there's like a square part of town that has a moat.
Yeah, and some brick wall kind of things.
Yeah, walls around it. So
yeah, but I think what I love about this city though is the nighttime. It seems like during the day it's just a normal, regular city, but at night, there's tons of night markets all around the entire city, and really great food. Really easy to find things, and it just seems like everybody's out at night. It's kind of amazing. But just a really, really cool sort of atmosphere. And I love, it seems like all the photos we're taking are at night. What did you say? Yeah.
Another thing that we didn't realize too much is that Thai people actually don't cook all that much. And so that's another reason why there's so much affordable street food. So it's not just tourists that are eating out. The Thais eat out for like lunch and dinner, especially lunch, I think. But yeah, there's tons of places, and some of them are huge, just like open air, covered. What it almost like if you had PE outside with a covered gym.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a huge open space full of tables, and just fills up with people at night.
Yeah. It's interesting because the food culture here or even the nightlife here, a lot of things in the morning are not open. Like it seems like things open late, and so it's kind of interesting for Michelle and I because we like to get up really early. So if you're like trying to find breakfast or like even our gym, they told us at the plate at our condo, they're like, oh, you can't work out till 7. We're like, wait, what? Like
What about people that have to go to work?
Yeah, how does that work out? So that was kind of interesting. But overall, though, I mean, we can see why people love living here. It's tons of Western amenities. We went to a movie theater that only cost $5. $3. And we saw, like it was a really nice movie theater.
The cleanest movie theater I've ever been in, which is a big deal to me.
But, and we can see why people do that. Why people would love to live in another country because they can do these first world amenities at, like a cheaper price. So we get why people love to live here in Chiang Mai. I don't know if it's our favorite place that we've been to, but it's definitely comfortable and definitely works really well. So,
all right. Some of our friends that are not Facebook users are having trouble. So, my suggestion is to try and refresh the feed, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to tell them on WhatsApp.
Well, I'll let you do that. So one question that people have been asking right now, hi, Tira. Tira's online too. Is about the election. Well, it's interesting because I definitely think foreigners and people abroad were watching the election. I mean, it feels like everybody was talking about it, and people were definitely, like wondering about it. And the sense we got, I don't know. It's hard to say because we don't. Well, I don't even know how to describe this. Like I know how we felt, and we were, we were pretty bummed about the election, and I think I guess the way I would just describe this is that, like, the world is watching. Like, the world is watching what is going to happen and is wondering what's going to happen. And I don't know if I get a sense that people here have the conflict that we're seeing in the States, like, on the news and stuff. But I think people are curious, though. I mean, they're definitely, like, wanting to know what is going to happen next,
Yeah, I think people are curious. I think both in Vietnam and Thailand, because their political situation is different, especially in Thailand, it's not really appropriate to talk about politics. So that might be part of it. But I don't know, did you say last night when we were at the market and he was buying mango salad and the lady was like, do you like Trump?
Yeah, do you think of, what do you like, do you like Trump? What do you think about Trump? And I was just like, I don't know.
But in terms of the other expats that we've met from different countries, they're very concerned about it. And before the election, were very enthusiastic about talking to as many Americans as they could and making sure that they were voting. So that's been interesting to see just from a global side of things.
I also think that living abroad, it's interesting. Like you're not there in the States, right? So you're getting all your news and everything from secondhand, like CNN or Facebook. Or whatever site that you're using. And so you're trying to see things like from, I don't know, a different perspective. But it's also hard because you feel like you're very far apart. I think the best way to describe it for me is my heart has been breaking because it's like, here's a country I love and here's a country I'm supposed to be a part of, and I'm seeing it. It feels like it's being torn apart because of what happened. Or maybe it was always torn apart and now it's coming more to light. So,
we can come back to that if people have more questions. Somebody wrote in and said, what is their money called? It's called the Thai baht, B-A-H-T.
The baht.
It's about 34 or 35 baht to $1. So we try to remember, like, 100 baht is a little less than $3. And most of our meals are between $1 and $2.
Yeah, so like 50 to 60 baht.
40 to 60 baht,
Yeah, which is nice. Although, if you go get a burger or something, or...
Hi, Dan.
You
Hi,
know,
Tara.
if you go get Western food, obviously it's going to cost more. Like we went to a Western diner to have brunch recently, and you know those items were like 150 baht. So
Yeah, I think French toast was $3.
yeah,
No, probably 2.75.
I love
French
your.
toast with bananas.
You know,
Two
Michelle has got
seventy
to be
five.
accurate about it. I will say though that you know, riding our moped, we fill up the tank for 100 baht. So you
Less
know,
than $3.
less than $3, right?
That lasts at least a week.
And a half, yeah, yeah. So it's pretty amazing, like a week and a half, and can get anywhere. And
Yeah. Another quick question. Any commercialism around the upcoming Christian holiday, Christmas? Uh,
I have
I have
not
not
seen.
seen any. Well, there may have been. So there's these Saturday and Sunday walking street markets where they close it off to pedestrians, and there's all kinds of vendors, and it's really refreshing because they're actually original, like handmade handicrafts.
So many crafts,
So many
like
things.
so
I
many
think I saw
things.
one of, a whole street, like almost a mile of street that was like red and green.
Hmm.
But otherwise, we haven't seen any Christmas stuff.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's definitely not as big as the States or anywhere else. That's very westernized, and I kind of like that. I kind of like that. It's
That's
not.
kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
This is what comes up. Oh, let me check that.
Sorry, Michelle's.
Next question. What is
trying-
the primary religion of Thailand?
Yeah. So from research, it's Buddhism. Michelle tells me it's Buddhism. Um, I don't really know too much about the religion. I think one of the things that I'm thinking about as we are living here as digital nomads is that and I can see how this affects other people too. We don't have local friends here that are Thai, and so one of the things that I miss about travel is when we get to hang out and meet people who actually live here and ask questions and get to know what life is like from their perspective, right? Or just their culture or anything. I think that's one of the downsides about digital nomads sometimes is that you can be sort of in a bubble, in an expat bubble, and you can hang out with only other expats. And so, yeah, it's just something that I've noticed for us. I really liked the homestay we were in Vietnam because we were with somebody that we could ask questions and like get to know them and learn more about their culture. But I don't think that's something that we have here at the moment, just because of the setup and yeah.
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 So, Hai Chung from Vietnam. So, I believe he is a guy, another motorcycle guide. So, he's saying that people are also asking him. I'm assuming that's about the election.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Um,
Hiking options.
did you talk about the temples and the monks?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you know what? I totally missed that. Lots of temples in this city. Beautiful temples. Again, I don't know much about it. I just know that they're really pretty. And then there are a lot of monks in the town. When Michelle and I go for runs in the morning, we end up seeing a lot of young monks walking around the city asking for alms. And yeah, but again, we're not too aware of the culture. Yeah, I wish we were.
Hiking options.
Yeah, what?
Well, it is nice. There are quite a few national parks just outside of Chiang Mai. We haven't had the chance to visit them yet, but we did go to another park, a big lake that's just, I think it took us 15 minutes on our motorcycle. And that's where a lot of the locals that like to run and bike go to exercise in the morning. So it's really pretty up in the hills, lake, and after 7 or 8 a.m. it opens and you have to pay to get in because people will go and just hang out by the lake in a little hut and swim and do the swan boats and whatever. But in the morning, there's a big loop around and people go run. It was a really nice atmosphere. And some other nomads told us about a hike up to one of the more famous temples is like up in the hills overlooking the city, and apparently there's also a waterfall up there.
Yeah.
So we definitely plan to do that soon.
Yeah, and we have a elephant sanctuary thing that we're hoping to do in like a week or so, and that includes a hike. So lots of exploring. I do appreciate how green it is around the area and how not developed it is. You know, like when we're driving in the countryside areas or riding our moped, um, you definitely don't get a sense that there's like tons of buildings and development in the hills, kind of the way like Hawaii is or other places.
Yeah, once you're outside of the city, it's pretty drastic difference of like just fields
Yeah.
and little pockets of like suburbs and little neighborhoods, but
Yeah, I think
not
one
too
of the
much.
things that we loved when we flew in, right? Like when we're in Bangkok, it's just a sea of concrete for the most part. But when we flew into Chiang Mai, there's definitely green everywhere, and it's really lovely.
Yeah.
So
Um, I know we've had some new people join us, so I just want to remind you that you can leave comments and questions, whether you're watching the replay later or live now, and we will try to answer those, if not now, then in our next chat. And then, what else do you need to know? Like the video so that we know that you've watched it, and it'll hopefully more people will see it.
Vanessa, hi Vanessa, how you doing? Vanessa's asking if we are going to PA. I don't. I've never
Pi,
heard.
P-A-I, pi.
You heard of it?
Yeah.
Of course, you heard of it.
We're, maybe we will. It's not in our plans, but we've definitely heard some people are able to like bike out there for a day trip. Heard good things. It's a little bit touristy, but kind of like more hippie, artsy, smaller
Hippie,
place.
artsy.
That's what I've heard.
That's kind of, we need to go
Is
there.
that true?
I don't know. Yeah. Well, this is it, right? This is how we do it. I mean, Michelle plans and finds things, and then I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we are in need of a day trip, that will probably be one of the first things that we do.
Yeah. Most of the time, our schedule is, it's funny because people are like, what do you do when you're in a place for a month, right? I mean, we love slow travel, so we will work in the morning. We'll go out for lunch and find a place. Come back and work maybe a little bit more, and then go out again for dinner. And like again, Chiang Mai is lots of evening activities. Like tonight, we're going to a festival, right? Like exploring some sort of lantern festival thing. But yeah, we take our time, and so there's lots of times to try to visit certain places and do day trips, and that's really nice to not worry about getting from one place to another and having to cram everything in as quick as possible. I think we both like creating a routine and being a part of the day life. So
Okay, before we get to the rest of our questions, if you have them, please definitely write them in the comments. We have some more that were sent in to us beforehand, but let's mix it up a little bit and do a quick tour of our apartment.
Oh.
So I'm just going to switch this around here.
Okay.
So this is our place, living room.
It's our Airbnb condo.
Front entry, keypad, little workspace over here. Try to turn slowly so nobody gets sick. It's a little bit small, but it's just the perfect size for us. Right here, that's where we were sitting, our couch. Bedroom.
Oh, sorry, I'm just getting in the way.
No, you want it?
Yeah, so this is our bedroom. It's funny, these doors make me laugh every time I see it. So I'm like, I guess it is privacy, so, yeah. And,
Well, if you had people over, you could just close it so they're not looking into your bedroom.
Yeah. And then, standard bed, standard room.
AC.
The AC is a must. That helps. Sure. Where you
Yeah,
going?
our closet. Oh, this is our view.
Here, I'll help you, Michelle. Yeah.
So it's a big condo complex. There are quite a few expats here. Down there is a gym, which doesn't open till 7 a.m. Nice place though. Nice big pool. Really good swim laps. And then behind the building, if you see that kind of red square, it says Central. That is the big, huge mall. So if we ever just need to walk to get lunch, it's the perfect place. There's 2 little food courts in there with really cheap food.
Yeah.
So that's been good.
We'll head on this way, and then there's a kitchen and bathroom in this area.
Make sure you speak up because the...
Yeah. So here's our bathroom. It's kind of standard bathroom. It's not like some of the Vietnam homestays we've had where the shower was like part of the. Yeah, I don't know how to explain that. There's an actual.
Not separated.
Yeah, there's an actual like shower area, and then our kitchen. Pretty small, but I mean workable. The only thing that I think that's been hard is for cooking wise. There's only one burner, and so that's kind of tough to make a lot of stuff. But I guess size-wise, it's not bad though. But again, I guess that goes back to the Thai culture that not too many people cook at home, and so a lot of people will eat out. Which I mean, and for us too, it's easier for us to eat out just because of how affordable it is. And then we have our balcony here, which really is our drying clothes area. So it seems like everybody does that. Everybody dries their clothes outside.
And there's a laundry machine downstairs. It's basically $1 for a load of laundry.
Yeah. So once you flip it back, and then tell everybody how much you got this. Whoa, what is this, like close up? We got this Airbnb.
Okay, so I always look on Airbnb for places if we're going to stay a while and we don't have friends or family. And definitely check the reviews. This one had good reviews. And it was, I want to say $380
Yeah.
for the month.
Mm-hmm. Which includes internet. It included utilities.
The gym, the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's been huge. You know, I mean, we could not find an apartment with all these amenities and things in Portland for $380 a month. There's no way. So yeah, definitely thankful that we have this place. It's been good to us. Yeah, it's also been kind of fun.
Vanessa's, she went to the Burmese place. So we did go to this Burmese place, had like 400 reviews on TripAdvisor.
I wonder if it's the same one.
There's a couple of them, and we'll definitely go to more because the food was really good. We've never had Burmese food before, but what we had was awesome.
Yeah.
So we've gone back already.
Yeah, even just thinking about it right now makes me kind of hungry for Burmese food. So thanks for reminding us, Vanessa. Yeah.
Okay. If people on the live don't have any more questions, we have a few more that were sent in. So somebody was asking about digital nomad. Is there a place where you can share the cost of internet service or other services, organize job opportunities, or job share? So there are a lot of co-working places in Chiang Mai especially, and some of the other places that we've been as well. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah, co-working, man, it's like a cafe and an office space, and people go, like, I mean, it kind of reminds me of high school when I went to the library and I was supposed to be in study hall and working with other people, and you have that option of, like, just being,
Everybody works on their own thing.
Everybody works on their own thing, or it's a great place for meeting, but what's nice is that these co-working spots have usually a kitchen and I mean, like paid food that you can buy. Sorry, not a kitchen that you can actually.
Cooking.
Yeah, but just a lot of great places to hang out and work and fast internet, and and it seems very popular here. I know that obviously it's growing in the States, but there's definitely a big co-working scene here in Asia.
Hi, Kate. Nice to see you.
With co-working though, the thing I laugh about it for me is I'm social. Like, and I just can't see myself doing co-working, like in the actual co-working spaces. And I think part of it is, unless it's like people I'm actually working with on a specific project and we're there, like, I would feel bad because I'd probably want to talk to everybody and everybody wants to, work.
Some people want to work.
Yeah. I would go there to socialize. So for me, it's not like co-working. I'm like, I'd see it as a socializing thing.
Yeah.
You could work though.
We
I could see
haven't
you
found
doing
a
it.
strong need for us personally to do that yet. We usually work from home because we have internet in the Airbnb. For a change of scenery, we'll do like a nice cafe. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. How has Phuket recovered since the tsunami? We didn't see personally evidence of the tsunami. We asked our friends about that. Do you remember what they said?
Well, I mean, he was just talking about how bad the destruction was, and it's tough because we've never been there before, you know. So we don't know what it was like before, and I didn't look at pictures before we went. It seemed like things were. It's hard for us to know what normal is, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they said there was one area where you could still kind of tell, but where we were, there used to be a bunch of like shops and restaurants on the beach, and actually they were removed within the last couple months, but that was for like political reasons, like
Yeah, but
somebody decided that they couldn't be on the beach anymore, so.
But it was not tsunami.
So apparently things had gone back on the beach as normal.
Yeah, I guess that's what
all
was.
we know.
All we know is it was really interesting to see that from the air, you could see the whole island has amazing beaches. So I mean, like clear beaches of like really sandy areas. And again, Michelle's right. Like that may be because of what happened recently, and a lot of businesses got cleared out. But I was shocked to see how many sandy areas there were on that island. So, and it's hard to imagine like what the tsunami did, you know. So.
What are the primary crops that you see in the fields?
Some of these questions, definitely see rice. I see rice paddies every now and then, but I mean, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what we're seeing around Chiang Mai. When we were in Phuket, there's a lot of rubber trees. So apparently that's where they make rubber, or used to. So kind of like, I don't know, it almost looks like paper trees.
And then lots of pineapple. Saw lots of pineapple in Phuket. But yeah, but in regards to crops, I don't think we've seen too much. This Facebook Live session today is making me realize that we probably should get out more in Chiang Mai. It sounds like we've been hanging out too much inside.
We've been taking it slowly. I think we learned a lot faster about our surroundings in Vietnam because we were in a homestay and had people host us, which is what we prefer. So
now I'm realizing we need to get out. So thank you everyone for your questions of some of these things, because we're like, wow, we need to go find that answer out.
Let's see. What types of trees? Palm?
This is Michelle's mom texting her right now. Again.
Palm trees. We've seen palm trees.
Oh, there's a lot of banyan trees. The trees that have the roots beautiful big trees with the roots that hang down. Those are my favorite, and I love that. Yeah.
Do we have any new favorite fruits? Fortunately, the fruit, the bonbon that we found in Vietnam is also here in Thailand.
Do you know
it's called langstat, I think, in English.
Long Kong.
Long Kong?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think
it's both. And they have it here. Lots of people buy it. They sell it in the market.
Yeah. We're just getting our usual papaya. We're getting what's in season, and right now it seems like there's papaya, dragon fruit, mango. There seems to be some mango. So, yeah, that's about it. Nothing too. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of variety as I thought there would be. So it must not be in season. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, we definitely found more fresh fruits and vegetables in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So.
Well, should we wrap this up?
Yeah, make sure nobody else has any questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if you do have any more questions, you can go to the comment section below, write us a question, tell us, maybe even if you have a suggestion of something we should see or do while we're in Chiang Mai. We're here for another 2 weeks, so that'd be awesome. Again, we're going to go to a elephant sanctuary, hopefully see a waterfall. Yeah. Why are you laughing at me?
I don't know. What is this list?
Well, these are the things that are coming up. Okay. Yeah. And so when next time we have another Facebook Live,
Hopefully get a massage. Hopefully Jed will do a cooking class.
and so we can tell you how those things went, you know. And if there's things that we're missing, again, you can comment on it.
All right.
But
Thanks for watching.
Yep.
Thank you for liking the video.
Jed and Michelle,
Feel free to
Intentional
share
Travelers.
it. Until next time.
See you later.